Hey, what's happening, guys? I've got another keto cookie recipe for you today. We're gonna be making some keto snickerdoodle cookies, and these cookies, they are crispy on the outside, soft and chewy on the inside. They are so good, and the best part about these is that each one of them has just one net carb. So with that said, let's not waste any more time. Let's jump right into the good stuff. Make some low carb keto snickerdoodle cookies. All right, first things first, we're gonna get out a medium-sized bowl and we're gonna start adding our dry ingredients to it. And the first of which is going to be 2 tablespoons or 14 grams of coconut flour. Then after we've added that, we're gonna add some blanched almond flour. And as you're seeing here, for today's recipe, wanna add a heaping 2 cups or 240 grams of that blanched almond flour to the bowl as well. And just so you know, you can use regular almond flour if you'd like to, but I've been able to find one that is as low carb as the one I'm using, which is this one by Blue Diamond. Each serving of the stuff has just 2 net carbs. Anyway, after we've added our almond flour, we're gonna add a teaspoon or around 3 grams of some ground cinnamon, along with a teaspoon or 4 grams of baking powder. Then we're gonna get out our whisk and we're gonna whiskify all those dry ingredients together until they're well combined. When they are, we're gonna set them aside and we're gonna get out a big time bowl and we're gonna cube up and add around a stick or 112 grams of some softened salted butter to it. By the way, really make sure that your butter is softened because in a little bit, we're gonna cream that butter and it won't cream as nicely if it's too cold. Anyway, after we've added that to our bowl, we're gonna get some keto-friendly sweetener in there. And for today's recipe, we're gonna need a half a cup or 100 grams of some granulated swerve. And by the way, just so you know, Lecanto's monk fruit will work just as well for these cookies. Now, once you've got your sweetener added in there, you wanna add a large room temperature egg to the bowl, and then you wanna get out your hand mixer and start creaming those ingredients together until they're nice and smooth and combined. Then, when they are, we're gonna add our dry ingredients to our big time bowl, and we're gonna mix everything together with a spatula until we can form a ball of dough out of the ingredients. Sort of like I'm doing with my hands right now. Then when we can do that with the dough, we're gonna refrigerate it for around a half hour. Then after a half hour is up, we're gonna preheat our oven to 375 degrees. Then we're gonna quickly throw together a keto-friendly cinnamon sugar coating for our cookies. So as you're seeing here, we're gonna add a heaping 1/4 cup or 65 grams of granulated swerve to a smallish bowl along with a heaping half teaspoon or around 2 grams of ground cinnamon. Then we're just gonna mix those up until they combine. And then when they do, we're gonna get out a cookie scoop and start scooping out some of our snickerdoodle cookie dough. And just so you know, my cookie scoop is a tablespoon in size. And of course, your snickerdoodle cookies will vary in size depending on the size of your scoop. Anyway, once we've got a nice ball of dough formed, we're gonna add it to our keto-friendly cinnamon sugar mix that we made just a minute ago, and we're gonna completely coat it in the mixture. Then after the dough balls are well coated, we're just gonna add them to a baking sheet lined with parchment paper. And as you're seeing here, after we've added all of them to the sheet, wanna use a combination of the bottom of a glass cup and our fingers to shape and form our keto snickerdoodle cookies out of the dough. Then once we've shaped all of our cookies, we can sprinkle on a little bit more of that keto cinnamon sugar mix that we made from earlier and bake our cookies. And actually, the cookies bake super quickly, so all they need is about 8 minutes in the oven, and then we'll let them cool down on the tray that we baked them in until they firm up. Then once they firm up, if you have any leftover keto cinnamon sugar, you can apply that to the tops of the keto cookies and serve them. And that, my friends, is how to make some crazy delicious low carb keto snickerdoodle cookies. As always, for more info on today's recipe, check out the video description below. There's a link down there with the full written out recipe and a whole bunch of other good stuff as well. Anyway, that's it for today. I hope you love the cookies and I'll see you in the next one.